2,000 years ago, on a quiet hillside in Galilee, something happened that would echo through every generation. The wind stirred through the olive trees. A crowd gathered: restless farmers, tired mothers, fiery zealots, weary beggars, all drawn by rumors of a man unlike any other. Not a king, not a rabbi like the rest, not a soldier or a prophet waving a sword, but a carpenter from Nazareth, a man whose voice would turn the world upside down. And then he sat down. No throne, no stage, just a rock, and a message that would change everything. With one word: blessed, the old world cracked open. This moment, later known as the Sermon on the Mount, wasn't just a sermon. It was a revolution of the heart, a collision between heaven's values and earth's assumptions. Jesus looked at a crowd living under Roman oppression, a people taught that blessing meant wealth, power, status, religious perfection. But Jesus looked at the broken, the humble, the overlooked, and called them blessed.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Not the arrogant, not the self-sufficient, the ones who come to God with empty hands. They are the ones who find the kingdom.
Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Jesus wasn't offering shallow optimism. He was dignifying sorrow, saying every tear that cries for justice, for healing, for mercy, will be met by God Himself.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
This one froze the crowd. Meekness wasn't a virtue in Rome. It barely is today. But meekness is controlled strength. The sword kept sheathed, the power restrained, the heart submitted to its master.
Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness.
Jesus speaks to the ones who feel the ache, the longing for holiness in a broken world, the desire for God to restore what sin has twisted. Then Jesus shifts, describing the merciful, the pure in heart, the peacemakers, people who don't just receive grace but reflect it. And then the shock: blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. The world may reject kingdom people, but that's exactly how the kingdom shines. Then Jesus says something bold: I have not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. He wasn't discarding God's commands. He was reaching deeper into the heart behind them.
You have heard it said, do not murder. But I say to you, anger is the seed of murder. You have heard it said, do not commit adultery. But I say to you, lust itself is where the battle begins.
Jesus wasn't adding rules. He was revealing how far holiness reaches. Not to restrict us, but to set us free from the sins that silently corrode our souls. This was never about behavior management. It was always about love. Love for God and love for people. And when Jesus said, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the Pharisees, the crowd gasped. He wasn't demanding stricter performance. He was calling us into deeper surrender, a righteousness God forms within us. Then Jesus steps into the most difficult command He ever gave. Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. This wasn't theoretical. Roman soldiers could strike with impunity. Zealots dreamed of violent revolt. Jesus wasn't adjusting behavior. He was confronting the entire system of retaliation. Anyone can love those who love them. But enemy love? That's divine. That's the cross before the cross. When we love those who hurt us, we don't excuse their behavior. We refuse to mirror it. We break the cycle. We look like our Father. In Matthew 7, Jesus warns, do not judge, or you too will be judged. Hypocrisy. He paints a hilarious picture. A man with a wooden beam sticking from his eye, trying to fix a speck in someone else's. Jesus isn't mocking. He's inviting humility.
First, remove the plank. Then you will see clearly.
This isn't about silence. It's about repentance before correction. Then Jesus gives the heart of the law and the prophets. Do unto others what you would have them do unto you. Not passive avoidance of harm, but active mercy, initiative, compassion before convenience. This is how kingdom people live. Do not worry about your life, Jesus says, not because life is easy, but because you have a Father who sees. Look at the birds, look at the flowers. They aren't anxious. They simply trust they were made by a God who provides. But the root of anxiety often ties back to treasure.
Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. You cannot serve both God and money.
Jesus isn't condemning wealth, he's redirecting devotion. Earthly treasures are temporary, kingdom treasures are eternal. Every act of mercy, generosity, obedience, they build a life the storm cannot shake. Then Jesus teaches his disciples how to pray. Our Father, not a distant ruler, but a Father close enough to call ours.
Your kingdom come, your will be done.
A surrender that reshapes everything.
Give us today our daily bread.
Dependence, not control.
Forgive us.
Grace received, grace extended. And then Jesus ends his sermon with a warning and a promise. 2 builders, 2 foundations, 1 storm. Only the one who hears his words and lives them stands firm. This wasn't a message for a hillside crowd 2,000 years ago. It was meant for us, right now. The question is no longer whether we've heard his words, but whether we're ready to live them. Friend, if this message spoke to you today, if the words of Jesus reminded you of the life we're called to build, then don't let it end here. Take a moment, breathe, and choose to build on the rock. And hey, if you were blessed by this video, it would mean so much if you'd hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future devotions or sermons. Share this with someone who needs encouragement today. You never know whose foundation might be strengthened because you pressed share. Thank you for being here. God bless you, and keep walking in His grace. We'll see you in the next one.